Hello, my name is AVYVA and I produce music, electronic, dance, house and techno music since 2015. And I am also a sound designer and yeah, I producing with ABLETON, you can see here in the video. And this is all about the tutorial of my track I created over 1 year ago in 2020. I Can Feel Strange is the name of the track and it sounds like this. Yeah, and the special on this track is that I recorded the voice by my own. I am normally not the best singer, and so I explain first of all how I create this amazing vocal. The main vocal sounding like this, without any layer on it. This is the reverb. So sorry, I have a spelling mistake uh, on the vocal, reverb vocal. So now I fix this. Yes, the main vocal without reverb, with not that much reverb, is that.
If you feel my power, if you feel my power, if you feel my power, and if you feel strange, if you my only flower, if you my only flower, if you my only fire, if you I can skip the pain.
Yeah, I was thinking about to make a track that's more like tech house or electronic, so house music, and the vocal came to my mind when I was walking outside. It was not that warm outside, but I was walking every day, near up to every day in the city I live here in Germany. And then the vocals came to my brain. These are the vocals. With you, I feel my power. With you, I feel my power. I have that. With you, I feel my power, and with you, I feel strange. And that is something who is similar to the second phrase. The second phrase similar to the first one. I make another verse on it. And yeah, so it came to this vocal. Without a pitch bend, it sounds like this, and without um, any equalizing and any multiband, and without any chorus. I explain all the effects. Without anything, it sounds. Just leave the main volume of it, and so that you hear not to less than volume the vocal, and the main vocal, dry vocal, sounding like that.
With you I feel my power, with you I feel my power, with you I feel my power, and with you I feel strange, with you my only flower, with you my only flower, with you my only flower, with you I can skip the pain.
And the funny thing was the part when I should sing or so. With you my only flower, I was laughing so that I was saying flyer. It sounds like flyer, Yeah, I pitched down the vocal a little bit. I tried everything out. I tried pitch down -2.
With you I feel my power.
Not bad, but -3 was better, but -4 was the best. -3 would sound like that. And -3, sorry.
With you I feel my power. With you
That doesn't fit with the rest of the melody. But this was perfect pitch down. The -4 pitch bend, and yes.
With you I feel my power. With you I feel my power. With you I feel my power.
It gives this dark ambient feeling. And then I made all the bass frequencies out of the vocal and pushed the middle frequencies, and I cut all the high frequencies. So then it sounded like that.
With you I feel my power. With you I feel my power. With you I feel my power. And with
Yeah, and then I added multiband dynamics you usually use for mastering tools, but there I used it in the main how to say main track or channel.
with you I feel my power. With you I feel my power. With you I,
Just a little difference
with you I feel my power.
to make more the equalizing, and then a chorus. The chorus just make it more freakier.
With you I feel my power. With you I feel my power. With you I feel my
More behind the door or something else. More to remove all the low frequencies again and to make it more like a unique dance vocal. And I recorded it by AUDACITY, I guess. Yes, it was AUDACITY. I linked down it in the description. The website. The program I use is Ableton 11, Ableton Standard 11. But when I created this in 2020, it was Ableton 9 or Ableton 10, I think. Yes, but it doesn't make so much differences. But I really like the workflow of Ableton. Yeah, and so it sounds like that, the vocal with the reverb.
with you I feel my power. With you I feel my power. With you I feel my power. And with you I feel strange. With you my only flower.
Yeah, and to support this, I have another layer of the vocal. There I cut all the high frequencies, the same settings, but I cut all the high frequencies. The low frequencies make it more dumpy, not dumpy, more behind the door, and more reverb on it, more wet on the reverb, and more decay time, I guess. Yes, and then it's just a background vocal, and less in volume, of course, much less in volume. And together the vocals sounding like that.
And with you I feel strange. With you my only flower. With you my only flower. With you my only fire. With you I can skip the pain.
Yeah, next off, I used the normal drum loop. It's just from a Future House sample pack. It's a drum loop 5. I just make equalizing. It's a legendary drum loop I often use. A lot of producers using. Yeah, and the next thing I want to say, I didn't know at that time that you didn't put a limiter in the different channels, just on the master channel. And so that was the thing I would change today, but the project is just finished and released on every platform. So you can stream it. I will link down the link below. And yes, together with the vocal, the percussion elements, and so it sounds like that.
With you my only flower. With you
Sorry.
feel my power, if you feel my power,
Very catchy.
if you feel my power, and if you feel strange, if you my only flower.
Yeah. Next up, the kick drum I use before I explain all the percussion, not the percussion, the main elements of the melodies and basses, because I used 4 basses, 2 silent and serum I used too. I link down all the where you can get the plugins. I will link down below, and just the kick drums sounded like that. Very punchy, very punchy and very, yeah, punchy. Maybe too punchy when I reflect this. And I use a kick 2, the kick 2 plugin. I will link down it below too. With these settings, I think I changed near up nothing, or just the equalizing on it. I used a glue compressor with much release and attack. Here also a limiter, because today I would change just the track volume of the kick, or the volume in the plugin itself, but I forgot it, so it's just a bit over compressed. That's main minus of the track, but the rest is super awesome. I think the rest is so unique and has such a great vibe, and it hits on just 10 likes on Soundcloud, and I want to say thank everyone who liked it and listened to my track. It's the second spot on my Spotify right now, the most played, the second most played track, and it has 200 around 200 plays on Spotify till 1.5 years, and it's still amazing. I will link down the link below too here on YouTube. And yes, just to show you that I use a top and high kick, high and low kick, or top and low kick. The differences between this kick drum and this kick drum is the equalizing. For the low kick, you just use the low frequencies. You put down all the high frequencies in the equalizing. All high frequencies array, and less in volume. Do you hear the difference when I play it without? Or just the high top kick, or the main kick, and then the low kick, or just the low kick. So one kick is not enough, and it's still amazing to have 2 kicks. And for house music, it's just needed maybe for the breakdown. For example, for the breakdown, it's very useful. The difference between the low kicks and then the high kick. Yeah. Next up, we came to this heavy bass line here. I think it was this bass line. It's so over compressed, but it's so amazing. It's from SERUM, our own designed bass. I'll show you. It's from first of all, it was from the Team MBL sound bank I got for free as a present, as a gift, and I put down the sub to -4. I show you without the reverb on top, or without equalizing, sounded like that, and without the kickstart. The kickstart just to make it more compatible with the bass. And it's from the Melody kickstart plugin, and when I add the equalizing, you hear the differences without the kickstart and within, without. Yeah, and the notes of the bass are just one note. It's G minor, and yeah, I think it's 16 bars, 32. Let me show you in the here it's why can't I see it? How much? Here, okay, 32 bars. Yes. So, and I show you the sound design. The sound design was just to make the release of the preset much longer. Yes. Show you the difference, less and more of the envelope 1. And lot of low cut without, within, and a little bit ping pong delay. Without it would sound like this, within like this. It's not really hearable, but it's just there. And then this channels are all mastered. I run it through the master channel. Okay, I mastered it by mixing it, but I don't make usually. I make it on that track because I don't know it better on that time with mixing things and mastering things. Today I would make all this limiter things and all the mono compatible, like here. It should be in mono normally, but I didn't make it in mono. I think it was not sounding good in mono. No. In stereo, I think it's sounding better. The rhythm is very simple. You can see it. Just do 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 do. Yes. Here you see the rhythm. With the difference of the first section and another section is that there are 4 notes playing in the same point. Dum 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 dum. Then the rhythm goes back to the normal rhythm. Rhythmic. Yeah, and that's all about that bass. The second bass was just a high bass, more high filtered bass without the equalizing. It's a Bofner bass, the same notes, same rhythm, 32 bars. It would sound without the equalizing. It would sound like that. Within. It makes the sound more how to say it in English, more jumping, because the frequencies are missing and the kickstart is pumping there. I have a lot of space on it, punch, here are all the settings. I can show you another cut-off effect. It will sound very dark or less, but it's too much. So I let it on the default. So with the other bass it sounds like that. Very amazing. Very amazing. And the other bass, the reverb bass, it was just deep in the dark bass of Ableton 9 also. the starting bass. This is in mono, this bass, and it's more the sub bass, but it has not that sub because it has a lot of space again. Without it would sound like that. Very uninteresting, or not that interesting bass sound. And yeah, these are the settings. The cutoff is very low frequencies without the equalizer. It sounds like that. Very annoying. So without within the equalizer, the standard equalizer I often use in Ableton. I think it got that because the delay in the composition, that delay of the note, and I think it was yeah, I made the release on it much longer. Can show you the difference when it's shorter, the release. So I show you the difference without the release and within. There are such amazing differences, but not very hearable, but they are there. The bass support, the last bass is this one. It's more the main bass sound. It's a legendary dick pick I often use, very often use. It's from Pawlowski. It's a standard plug. Standard plug in SERUM bei X für SERUM, and I may change not that much or near up to nothing. I just delayed all the delay on it, made it more or less in reverb. I very love this plug sound. I made that equalizing settings, another kickstart within, without it sounds like that. Within it sounds like that. You hear just little differences, and without equalizing it sounds like that. But I want it more behind the door, so it sounds better. So in all basses together, they sound like that. And with the sound all in, sounds like this. It gives this basses give all the sound on it, that greasy sound on it. And the vocal is the only thing who are bright, and the melody is bright, so it sounds like the main vocal is just crashing out of the dark atmosphere. Yeah, and then the silent melody is a classic VA harp. I just don't know if I changed anything. I made a replicator on it. I changed some sound design things, I guess. Very amazing. Yeah, and the melody are originally produced by me, and there are no ghost production, and also no how to say, no, there are some influence of other artists, but the melodies are own created by me. And this is the melody, you see it here. The support melody is this. So amazing. And the main Okay, this was the support melody. This was the main melody. Both are the melodies, but together they sound just amazing. And together with the bass, it's just awesome. I'll show you. Here. Yeah, and I explain how I designed the melodies. First of all, the support melody. It was a Melbourne Isn't Dead von Evolution of Sound preset. I just tweaked it a bit, added some reverb on top, round reverb. You can see here, without the settings, which sounds like this. Very not that punchy, and together it has this amazing atmosphere with this round. And I had to add some some low frequencies on top. Without it sounds like that. Then within it sounds like that. More behind the door too. The second melody was this one. Just how I explained before, it was just a little bit sound design with a little delay, small reverb, and so on. Yeah, that was the part of the thing of the mixing stuffs, and now the arrangement stuffs. And so I explained you how I arranged that track. And yeah, you see the arrangement here, and the main thing is just in the intro the vocal. And I just use the first phrases with you. You hear here. And I introduced this main bass sound. Yes, and then it comes to the main melody. First of all, the secret of it is that the secret of the main track is that I introduce step by step the vocal. I feel my power, I feel the strain. The background, the melody. And then 2 times the vocal. Sound of Kashmir, long sweep, little bit processed. It's in the BPM of 263.8, and the root track is 128.15 decibel. Yeah. And then the main thing was here to crash, not to crash, to stop this vocal on a point that didn't would how to say it would expect it. So here, you feel my power. You feel my power. Here, that point, we feel my own flyer. Here, you would think it will come back with you. I can feel strange, but there is with you my only flower, and that's very unexpected. I used I made the main elements, the kick, and so playing together with the vocal, and then it's up. It's the English word abrupt. No, abrupt. In German it's abrupt. I think it's rapidly. Yes, rapidly. So it's rapidly stopping. Just few elements are playing. Flower silent. Then again, you feel my power. And then again the build up to the second drop. And there's some filter. I used this not filter, the riser is on a point you didn't expect it to. It's just in the middle of nowhere. Here you hear it. Here. And then you would expect a vocal again, and the vocal is just a few bars later. Oh, and then the melody, and here I introduced the main legendary bass, which this is this pictic bass, and I changed some equalizing things. I show you here the difference. Here you see it, and then next up in that point, watch here at that point of the equalizing. I show you the difference. It's just a little bit, but it's so. You hear the difference when I play it together with the rule beat. Rule beat, yeah. My explanation of the the spelling of my English is not very good, but I train it every day when I record when I record some tutorials, because I'm from Germany and that's not easy to talk for me in English. You can't really say what is it that point when you hear the track, but it's make it more room in the mix. And it's just difference between that part and that part. It's more how to explain it. I show it you. I show you here the differences without this bass. I think it was. You would hear the difference without the deep bass. So sorry. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a little bit different, but you hear it. So that was the tutorial about I Can Feel the Strange. It's a very personal track to me because it's my own voice I recorded, and it took more time how like it is took how to explain it. It has only 14 channels, but it was so much work on it, and I would appreciate any support on it. Uh, each support is appreciated. Also, it's each stream and each like on it, each save on Spotify, each download, and each buy on it. Is available on Deezer, on Amazon Music, on Apple Music, and so on. On my Soundcloud, I will link down the link below. So thank you for watching, and see you next tutorial, next video, or something else. I explained how I recorded this. I recorded this with OBS, Open Broadcaster Service. Open Broadcaster Service. It's a free recording and streaming platform. It didn't work before at my computer. I reinstalled it and then it worked better. And if you want to find out more about my music, follow the link in the description and see you next video. Thank you.